It's estimated that fibromyalgia affects approximately 10 million people in the United States. Fibromyalgia is classically characterized by chronic pain, particularly muscle pain, fatigue, sleep disturbances, brain fog or cognitive impairment, depression and painful tender points throughout the body. Conventional medicine may not know the root cause of fibromyalgia, but functional medicine is putting every effort into determining these factors and finding specific treatment for the underlying issue. When the root cause is determined, it's much easier to find the appropriate treatment. So far, functional medicine lists the following factors as the top 10 root causes of fibromyalgia. 1. Gluten intolerance. There was a time when no one even knew gluten can do harm to your body. But modern medicine has dubbed gluten as a big masquerader, connecting gluten intolerance with more than 55 different diseases. The biggest issue about gluten is that the symptoms of this intolerance are almost never digestive, but neurological, so they're difficult to connect right away. Most common symptoms of gluten intolerance are sleeping problems, general pain, depression, mood swings, fatigue and cognitive impairment. 2. Nutrient deficiencies. Patients suffering from fibromyalgia are usually deficient in some vital nutrient, like vitamin D and B12, or magnesium. As a result, many doctors believe that if their patients' magnesium levels are improved, the fibromyalgia will be resolved. If you've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, check your magnesium levels and consult with your doctor. 3. Candida overgrowth. We've all dealt with Candida at one point in our lives. It's a yeast infection that sometimes thrives in the intestines as well. If it's caught in time and resolved, it won't cause problems, but if it overgrows and breaks the intestinal walls, we're in trouble. It will enter our bloodstream and start intoxicating our entire organism, manifesting in issues like fatigue, pain and memory problems. The majority of patients suffering from fibromyalgia were also discovered to have Candida overgrowth. 4. Thyroid. Thyroid disorders are very common, and the problem is that the majority of people who have some kind of thyroid issue are not even aware of it. These disorders usually manifest with brain fog, depression and mood swings, fatigue and sleep disturbances. Check your thyroid hormones, and if they're off balance, get them in optimal levels. It will relieve all your symptoms. 5. Mycotoxins. Toxic mold releases toxic compounds called mycotoxins. About 1/4 of the world population is estimated to have the gene, which makes you susceptible to the damaging effects of these toxins. The downside of these mycotoxins is that we still don't have the method to test for them. 6. Leaky gut and small intestine bacterial overgrowth. If you have a bacteria overgrowth in your body, it can lead to decreased ability for digestion and nutrient absorption. This is often the result of an unhealthy diet, rich in sugars and the excessive use of antibiotics. If you're diagnosed with fibromyalgia, you need to resolve your leaky gut problem first. Because, otherwise you won't be able to get any progress, since the two are closely connected. 7. Adrenal fatigue. Prolonged, excessive levels of stress can lead to adrenal fatigue. The adrenal glands are further stressed by chronic pain, Candida, food intolerances, vitamin deficiencies and mercury toxicity. If you have symptoms of adrenal fatigue, you need to start supporting your adrenal glands with adaptogenic herbs. It's the best way to resolve the problem for now. 8. Mercury toxicity. Mercury poisoning is one of the most common causes of fibromyalgia. But it can also be linked to neurological disorders, chronic fatigue, autoimmune diseases, and some even link it to cancer. This element has extremely high toxicity and should be avoided at all costs. If you have amalgam fillings, you should replace them with biological ones. 9. MTHFR mutations. Do you know what MTHFR is? It's an enzyme your body needs for an important metabolic process called methylation. Methylation is a process in which folate and folic acid are converted into active forms, and made available to you for use. If you have some kind of MTHFR mutation, your body will lose its ability to methylate and flush out the dangerous toxins, like mercury and lead. 10. Glutathione deficiency. You may not know about glutathione, and why it's so important in your body. But, you should be aware that this important antioxidant is involved in your body's detox process. According to experts, taking glutathione will reduce the symptoms of chronic fatigue. So, it's highly beneficial for patients suffering from fibromyalgia.